There's two tractors this year that didn't make the cut in as far as YouTube videos, and it was never my intention to do so. It's just that I got busy doing other things and never got to them. And one's been sitting in the barn and the other one's been sitting in the red shed. And today I'm going to get them out and make a video of them both so that they can make the cut before this year ends, and hopefully it ends well. Oh, the 756 gas. I was talking to somebody at the auction, last auction I was at, and they're like, yeah, it's 756, and I thought, my gosh, I almost forgot I own this tractor. It did nothing all year. I tinkered with it a little bit. This lifter cover, put a new gasket there, have not cleaned up around it yet, so the rust prevention program there will go away. But yeah, this sucker stole the show. Once I got this, it did all the work that the 7 did on about 1/10 of the fuel, and it just, I don't know. But I did get something for this tractor, and where is it? Right there. Any recognize that? I think it goes about right in there somewhere, and it's the clutch safety switch, and it's been bypassed since the day I bought it. It was bypassed, and every once in a while this will get a little funky and it won't start, and you know, it has all the same symptoms that the push button being bad has. When this gets gooey and chewy, I do use dielectric grease in there to help prevent that, but I thought, probably time to put her back to original status. And you know, whenever I start these tractors, I'm always sitting on them, especially this one, and I am quick of foot. There's no synapse firing delay. So if somebody was standing in front of me, which why would you when somebody's starting a tractor, I can hit the clutch or shut it off. But yeah, I'm going to put that on there. And there's another tractor that didn't get used at all this year, and that's Princess Leia. Now Princess Leia's had a lot of work done to it. A lot. And this is a good tractor. It's a really good tractor. New front seal, new radiator, new 12-volt electrical wiring, an alternator, and I believe temperature gauge. I'm not sure if this is the one that worked right out of the box or not. About 50% of them do and don't. But yeah, this runs like a top. There's a little bit of squeak to the belt there. Belt needs adjusted. But I didn't run it all year because I always ran the other one. And it's not good for them to sit. It really isn't, man. They grow more gremlins sitting than ever being used. So I don't know. I thought I'd get it out and run it, stretch its legs out a little bit, take it for a shake in today's video. Well, regulators mount up. Let's see if this sucker will start. Oh, I parked it in here about a year ago. I have started it, I think, once since then. Came in, I think I did a short video on it, but yeah, she's a squeaker. Not a leaker like Jim Comey, but all right, let's give it a little choke. I don't remember this attitude this tractor has, but a lot of them do need to choke it first. We're out of gear. Pole. Okay, turning good. Unchoke. A little more throttle. Oh, maybe it's out of gas. That could be. Probably should have checked that. Yeah, let's check the gas situation here. Turn that off. Yeah, I mean, it's a good running tractor, but you got to run them. So keep them running good. And, yeah. Oh, let's see. Yeah, right down to nothing. I'm going to go get some gas. Well, I think about 5 gallons will do it. I think these are 11-gallon tanks, roughly. I don't know. I forget. I don't remember those numbers right off the top of my head, but 11 gallons rings a bell. And this is non-ethanol fuel. I do run non-ethanol in all my tractors, especially the ones that sit, because, well, you can really gum up a carburetor, and the needle valves are tipped with like a rubber tip on them, and I think the ethanol eats them, and you don't end up getting a seal as the float moves up and down. But either at the rate of $4.59 a gallon, which is what it is locally here, it gets costly. But that's the price you pay if you're going to play. If I'm going to go through a lot of gas, you know, I might cheat and get, you know, run some ethanol 93 octane or something. This is 90 octane non-S. All right. Well, round 2 of Will It Start? Should this time. Gas matters. Gas, lives matter, and we will give a little choke. Yeah, now that she's out of the barn, you can see a lot of the dust and stuff. Oh yeah. Yeah, new water pump, new alternator, new front seal, new radiator, new hoses. What else? Yeah, new temp gauge, new battery. Yeah, and we'll find out. Okay. Yeah, the wires are, this needs taken apart and the wires need switched because it's it's going backwards. But yeah, we'll find out if that temperature gauge actually works. About half of them out of the box don't. But a pretty good tractor, pretty true. It's funny, we just saw that U1 power unit sell at auction, and this engine is a U2 power unit engine. So, and had the, let's see, yes, okay, new head gasket too, and that's when the pistons were discovered, the fire crater pistons, which probably pop it up at least another 5 ponies. So it goes from 17 to about 22, and that's fine. I've worked this tractor in the field, got the rear weights, I have front weights for it, but I've worked it in the field and I don't notice any difference as far as power between the two Super C's that I have. And new sediment bowl assembly. Yeah, it's got some new parts and pieces. You know, when I bought it, I thought, oh man, that's a cheap out from buying the cheek weights, and I just left it because it's like somebody will recognize this one day. They'll be like, that was Grandpa's tractor, you know, and just incidentally. Could use some new steers, but good grief, I could then again run those for 5 years. But yeah. Got the forts and, oh jeez. Yeah, so I use this tractor for spraying. But yeah, new wires, new plugs. I run 3116 auto lights in this. Pretty much all my 4-bangers. It's got all the parts and pieces too. This is a 54 a Deca battery, which I need to get a new Deca battery for my mowing cub. And then there you go. You could probably hear in the background just a little bit of a squeak, and it needs adjusted. It's not a big deal, but this is where the rubber meets the road as far as the decisions you make, as far as how many tractors you can keep, what it costs to have them. You got one butt, 15 seats. I'm a videographer, man. I make YouTube videos, breaking news. So I probably need to do a little better job of like writing out my videos. It's like, okay, Princess Leia, you're gonna plow. My other Super C, you're gonna disc. You're gonna, you know, or maybe have, I don't know. I thought about even having a plow day here, and maybe inviting like 4 or 5 people with tractors under like 50 horse. You know, because I don't want to finish too quick. But yeah, that's the story of Princess Leia. Let's take her for a shake and stretch its legs out, because that thing's been sitting a year in that barn. Oh, and before anybody says anything, the oil was changed at the same time that there probably ain't 5 hours on that oil, engine oil. I keep this field edge mode here just so I have access with, oh heck, I can even take an e-bike up through here, no problem. But a tractor, four-wheeler, an e-bike, whatever I want. Right now, Princess Leia, little Super C ski. What a nice day. It's only about 48 degrees, about 5-mile-an-hour wind, but nice working weather if you're going to do physical work. This will clean her off. There we go. Archery season has started, hunting season, and I haven't even hunted. I will eventually, just haven't got there yet. Somebody asked me in a couple of videos ago, can I talk about the benefits and stuff of the fast hitch versus the 3-point hitch? And most Super Cs come with this top bracket so that you can run a 3-point. I have adapters that come straight out. They're category 1 adapters, and then you just run a top link and you can run 3-point hitch stuff. Now, having said that, the only benefit I see ever of running a 3-point was that it allowed for draft control, which made a big difference in plowing. But other than that, I love me some fast hitch. I just do. As long as everything's working properly, you know, and your prongs aren't bent and goofy stuff going on. If everything's in the condition that it should be, like right out of the factory, this can't be beat, because you back right up. I pull a lot of stuff around with this, okay, and move a lot of stuff to mow, as you can imagine. Back right up, lower this down to whatever the tongue level is, back up, throw a pin in it, lift it up, and go. I mean, it's kind of like a yard dog, you know, moving trailers around. I do see that there's some activity going on here, and you know, over the years, guys loaded tires, man, and they used calcium, and it just ate the tar out of the rims. And this is a tractor I'm probably gonna keep, probably. But if I don't know this, it'll be right. That last Super C I sold, it was a 51. It was kind of a hodgepodged setup, because it wasn't really made for the fast hitch. The 51s just came straight drawbar like the regular C, and somebody took a fast hitch and put on there, and what they were doing with it is, from what I could tell, is running a back blade with it, and it worked fine. But you know, your leveling link here and there are required when you're plowing. You got to have it, and then of course your touch control up top. But yeah, Super C, one of my favorite tractors all time for sure, and arguably some people say it's one of the best tractors Farmall ever made. First tractor with the fast hitch, and that would have been what, end of 53, 54. But yeah, I think I'm going to run the hose across the top of this and get it cleaned up, and then we'll go over and try to fire up the 756, and that hasn't ran in a year or so. I just looked at the weather report. It's supposed to rain tonight. I think she's going to sit out in the rain. That'll get the dust off. Another thing I want to say is I normally don't store these tractors with an empty tank. I just got busy, honestly. That's on me. Oh, and would you look at there, the rain did her some good. Still dirty. I have a wash mitt you just put on your hand, and I didn't get out here in time because now it's all dry. But yeah, I'll clean her up and before I put her away. Hopefully, I did buy a 2-bottom plow for this, so I've got two bottom C20 fast hitch plows for both my Super C. So if I do end up having a plow day, somebody could just, I don't know, show up and they could plow with a Super C. I think I know a couple of guys that know a couple of guys. Takes a beating when they sit is the battery, or batteries on a diesel. You'd have too, but yeah, I mean, right after I got this, first thing I did, I put a new alternator on it, new wiring, and new battery to go with it, and it like a top, started like a top, you know. But when they sit, man, they just they grow gremlins. But let's throw the Gulu on it. Hopefully the Gulu's got enough juice in it to fire it up without doing anything else stupid. I don't like how that sits really close to the tank. Again, with the Gulu, this one's at 61%. I hit it 2-3 times, jump up on a tractor, and you should go. Usually I wait till I'm up on the tractor itself, and I don't know, hopefully it starts. So boost, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we should be good. I do choke it because I ran it a while. Turn the key, we're in neutral. A lot of times I'll just leave, if I know I'm going to run this tractor and it hasn't ran in a while, I'll put the tender on it all night, and that works. You can hear it sputtering just a little bit, probably some moisture in the gas. Seafoam. Sounding really good. Now I run Autolite 386s in this. It's 12 volt, 6-cylinder, and got dual hubs here. I've got duals for this tractor and the 826. I just say it's gonna be a minute or two before I get to it, but yeah, listen to that gasser, old Senator Sasser. And now that I get this out the light, there's supposed to be like a little lever that goes back. The button's on the back side of this, but there's a lever right here that's missing, and I'm gonna have to get it. So if you know of any, I'll tell you, there's one thing about these. I can't remember the part I needed. Oh, it had to do with the throttle assembly up top there. There's a leather, like I call it a leather disc, and different things within there. And I don't know where you were, Missouri, Illinois, couldn't tell you, but it was a boneyard, and he had to go out and peel it down for me and send it, and I do appreciate that. But I don't think parts for these weird parts for the gassers are horribly easy to get. I mean, that's going to be common, you know, for, I mean, probably the same one on my 826 diesel is that, you know, but yeah, just weird stuff like that. I had to call around, and it was like finding hen's teeth. So either way, I tell you what I had planned for this tractor was to put this behind it, and I think it would have pulled it with ease. I mean, the 400 pulled it. Now, some of you noticed I needed the furrow wheel needs to come out about 4 inches, and that'll be perfect, because I was getting about half. You know, some guys had jokes. They're like, oh, it's 3.5, 3.25, you know, whatever. But either way, it still did it. A 52 horse at the engine tractor. But yeah, I got this plow, and I thought, good grief, first day I got it, I hooked it right up immediately to the 756, and I thought, this is just perfect. Till I got the 400, and that turned out to be perfect. So yeah, I mean, time just got away from me. I mean, all the month of July and first 2 weeks of August, really. So there was 6 weeks of summer. I just didn't get a chance to do some of the stuff around here, but I will come spring. And I don't know, I'm gonna like reassign these tractors to different jobs. One tractor, one job, one implement, no unhooking and hooking and all that nonsense. Too old for it. I'll see you at the next video.